Hey, Valley family. It is Thursday, June 10th today, and I hope you're having a great week. I hope you're staying cool. Wow, it's been hot, hasn't it? The air conditioning's been running at our house pretty much nonstop, and so hope that you're doing well in the midst of this heat wave. I have some good news I want to share with you today. First of all, the T family has arrived in Minnesota and they are safely at the Fellowship House and they are getting settled in. And they have been communicating to us just how appreciative they are of having that house for their family. So, on their behalf, I want to say thank you to everyone in our church family who donated items for them, who helped to make the preparations necessary to get the house ready for the T family, and they're excited to be there. We're excited that they're here. I think that they are going to quarantine for about a week or so, just to make sure that they didn't pick up anything during their travels. And so we will be spending more and more time with them, but we probably won't see them this Sunday, but we're eager to develop those relationships with the T family. So that's the first bit of good news. Thank you for everyone who contributed to the Fellowship House and who have been praying for their safe arrival. Second bit of news is about masks. Wow, these have been a part of our life now for over a year, haven't they? We have just updated our COVID response policy for our church family in accordance with the CDC guidelines, and masks are no longer going to be mandatory for our in-person gatherings. For people who've been fully vaccinated, masks aren't going to be necessary. If you haven't been fully vaccinated, masks are still recommended, but they're not going to be required. We're not going to be checking who is and who isn't vaccinated. So those are our new updated guidelines starting this Sunday. So if you're planning on being with us in worship this Sunday and you're fully vaccinated, you won't need a mask. If you haven't been fully vaccinated yet, we are recommending for you to wear a mask, but we're not going to require that. So that's our updated mask policy. Social distancing isn't really required anymore, but we are going to set aside some seating in the back of the worship center that will have some social distance to it. We've been doing this for a few weeks. If you sit closer to the front, you'll notice we have longer rows, and if you sit up there, you're sort of saying, I'm comfortable with having neighbors sit right next to me. So that's how we're working through that. Our kids ministry staff, we were talking this week, and they were saying that it's still helpful for them if we use the pre-registration check-in software. Is that the right way to say it? Our online pre-registration process. It's helpful for Sherry and Sarah to know who they are expecting in their various classroom areas. So if we can continue to use the pre-registration process online, especially those of us who have kids who are going to be served by our kids ministries, that is going to continue to be helpful. So thank you for continuing to do that. This Sunday, we're going to continue our series on being church, and we're going to talk about being mature this Sunday. The idea that, like any good parent, God expects his children to grow up and mature. And this is one of the verses that I've been thinking about and praying through this week. It's from, let me toggle over here. It's from 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 3. Peter says, his divine power has given us everything we need for a godly life through our knowledge of him who called us by his own glory and goodness. So God has provided for us all the resources that we need for a godly life and to experience the kind of growth and maturity that we want and that God expects. So that's an encouraging word for us as well. God has provided everything we need to grow up in our relationship to Him and become mature and to become strong Christian people in deep relationship with God, in deep fellowship with one another, and making a deep impact in our world. So I'm excited to share those ideas with you this Sunday. All right, that's what I have to share with you today. Hope you're having a great week. Have a good weekend, and I'm looking forward to seeing you this Sunday. God bless you, friends.